Hello everybody and welcome back to the mysterious road generation system. It is, highly mysterious right now. I mean, it's not that mysterious. I just need to figure out what exactly is going on with these road entries, because this clearly isn't working. So I think we can go ahead and get rid of this, because it doesn't change anything. And theoretically it should be covered here. So if we find a goal hex, we just break out of the for loop that iterates through the neighbors, and we just go with the goal hex. Nothing else. Otherwise, we check to make sure that we're always heading towards, in some direction, our goal hex, and then we just go randomly. So, the question then becomes, why is this behaving the way it is? And there are a few issues with it, to be sure. The primary one that I'm having right now is that it is not actually creating hexes or road hexes here, here, or here consistently. I mean, we've got that going on still. But yeah, you can see that it's still confused up here, and some of these are different numbers. It's supposed to be on road 1, but okay, let's check some of these. Map hex 61, for example. That is this one. This is supposed to be on a road, specifically road 0. This one is 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 road 0. I am wondering if we're having some clearing issues here. This should be down over here, clean up subhexes. On road is set to -1, intersections clear, and we set to buildings.none. Is there anything else we need to do here? So we're on our sub-hex, and what all do we have? We have our neighbors, we don't need to clear that. Manager, offset, building, hex classification, biome. So yeah, the question then becomes, what else do we need to clear here? Well, another thing is it perhaps not always being called? I think we are clearing it. However, clean up sub-hexes if we zoom out here. Clean up sub-hexes here in the sub-hex. So what about in the base hex? Clean up sub-hexes. And we are not cleaning up sub-hexes here, which we probably should do. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm not sure that it'll actually change anything, but we'll find out. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. 10, 15, 21. And then a whole bunch of them over here. Yeah. We're still having that particular issue. Unfortunate. Where the subhexes aren't being fully cleaned up. So let's go ahead and go through our subhexes here. And let's check. So we've just got our neighbors going on here. Looks like they are indeed fully cleared up. Oh, I know what it is. I think. When we are cleaning up our subhexes in the sub-hex manager here, one thing we are not doing is we are not clearing out our lists here of road entries and roads. I bet you that's it. Let's go ahead and do that. Buildings.clear. We don't need to actually do road entries, but roads.clear. That'll probably help. We can go ahead and overwrite that. Okay, let's see here. That's more like it. 10, 15, 21 every time. Yeah, that's what I like to see. And now it's actually working. Yeah. Excellent. Okay. So now we know for a fact that it is always our road entries beyond the first 3. So road entries 3, 4, and 5 that is causing an issue. And we know that that is set up right here. Road entries I.onRoad I-3. Can we just get rid of this? Like, what if it's setting up on the wrong road? What if we just set it up in the while loop entirely? Changes nothing. That's fine. Okay. So, if current hex equals goal hex, break. So that was clearly not necessary to have there, because it clearly didn't actually do anything. So the question now is, as we go through here, it's supposed to be on road 0, 1, and 2, and they clearly aren't being set to that road correctly. So let's go ahead and check here. And we need to be in number 10 here. So here we are. Nope. Here we are. Excellent. Okay, so here we are in hex number 10. It's on road 0. There are no intersections. And the question is, why is it not in the road list? It's not being placed in the road list. So let's see here. Current hex.onRoad equals I. Oh, look at that. That's where we set that up, actually. If I comment this out, hypothetically, that should do nothing, because we're setting it up down here every time. Theoretically. But let's find out. Maybe it creates a road, maybe it doesn't. It looks like it's just pretty much the same thing, except this one almost worked. It didn't actually work. So we're still not having these hexes here, here, and here. But I think they're now not being classified as a road, correct? Yeah, they now no longer have a road at all. So now we know for a fact that our final 3 hexes in the road entry list is not actually being grabbed in this while loop. We can go ahead and get rid of this, because that was causing us some issues. And then in this while loop, the question then becomes, what is our goal hex? Road entries I+3. So if it's 0, we're looking for road number 3, and then 4, and then 5. Yes, that is correct. Okay, so with that being the case, the question then becomes, what exactly is stopping it from adding the goal hex in here? Current road.add current hex, which is supposed to be the goal hex at this point. And then it goes through and does all of this. And then if it's the goal hex, then we break out. Right? And then this down here should treat the road entries exactly the same. So if it spawns one road entry, it should spawn all of them. But the question is, why is the goal hex being ignored here? Well, that's a good question. And I'm not sure I know the answer quite yet. Let's see. Current hex equals possible locations. Current road.add current hex, and then we check all of this. This isn't happening. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this, because that has never been called, and it never should be called. So current hex equals goal hex, then we break out. And we clearly are breaking out. So let's just check something real quick. Debug.log at goal hex, and then current road's final index is, and then we add in current road dot count -1, and then just that. And actually, let's go for .gameObject.name. And let's see what it outputs here. We'll see what its final hex is. Map hex 26, 32, and 37. Okay, so what is 26? This one. That is correct. 32 is this one. 37 is this one. Hang on a moment. I'm going about this backwards. It's the first hex it's not getting, not the last hex. What am I talking about? Okay. So here we need to go ahead and say current hex equals road entries I. Current hex.onRoad I. So it's not adding this the first time is what's happening. So if we take this and instead of running this at the end, or rather at the beginning of the while loop, what if we run it at the end of the while loop and change our current hex down here? I think now it'll work. Yeah, that works fine. Excellent. Okay, so with that in mind, we now have this properly working, and we just need to get our corners sorted out here. There's also a few problems with intersections. Like, for example, here again, we have 1 input, 3 output. But we can sort that sort of thing out in a little bit. We can figure that out with distances again. So realistically, we're looking at... And I can actually maybe make an even more flexible output system, or intersection system, that can automatically generate meshes on the fly, maybe? Something along those lines. Now, I'm looking at this, and I'm wondering what's happening here. So we've got road 0 here, and then road 0 here. A sharp corner, which is correct. And then we've got road 0 here, and here. So this should clearly be straight. Yes? So my question is, why did this return a corner? I'm guessing it has something to do with our distances, which is here. And realistically, this can indeed be an else. So if square distance is less than or equal to 0.042f, road equals road corner. And we did determine that to be the correct distance. But let's run this again and see what we've got going on. And we're also going to need to determine... Oh my. Okay. That's exciting right there. Yeah, that's definitely exciting. We're also going to need to determine a few other things. For right now, let's go ahead and comment out this right here. And let's replace this with if I equals 0. I only want to make a single road right now. Because right now we're going to start focusing in on our rotations and making sure that the single road is correct. Okay, so here we have an interesting little scenario where mostly this is correct. This here should be straight. This here, well, actually, we're coming in like this. Yeah, this here should be straight as well. So clearly our distance for our corners is a little overzealous. Let's go ahead and hide our subhexes again. I'm going to duplicate this map hex once again and stick this out over here, and then hide our subhexes again. And our straight distance needs to be 1.732. I know I said 1.734 earlier, but it's actually 1.732. But we are, you know, currently, where am I? We're rounding this. Here I am. Okay, so 1.732 times 1.732. If it's less than or equal to that, else if the square distance is less than or equal to 0.042f. So realistically, I'm going to duplicate this again. And we're just going to position this up over here. So this is, if I can get this set up here, 0.015. And this is going to be 0.1732, 0.01732, plus 0.00866. So 0.2598. Okay. And then we'll set the, well, the z value doesn't actually matter. Okay. I'm going to write a really quick utility script. So let's create a new folder here. Util. Not until. Util. And this is just going to be a C# script distance 2. Okay. And then in the start, we're going to go ahead and add in a public game object distance 2. And then in the start, I am going to be using square distance, so debug.log square distance 2 plus distance 2 dot name plus is plus, and then this is going to be transform.position minus distance 2 dot transform.position dot square magnitude, and I guess I'll rename this to square magnitude dot toString, and yeah, that should be fine. We don't need an update function. I'm just going to save that, and then we can add that onto this hex here. We can remove sub-hex, distance 2, and then we want to grab this guy here. So this is map hex 75, so we'll grab this on in, and we'll see what the actual mathed out distance is there, rather than my quasi-guesstimate. No reference exception. That's, you know, nice. That's because we had this all hidden. So square magnitude to map hex is 0.00089999603, which is an interesting distance. So for the road corner, that's definitely interesting. Let's pull up the calculator again. And I just want to check something. 0.042 times 0.042. Okay, well, in that case, let's just go ahead and use this number right here. Less than or equal to 0.000, and I'm just going to round that up to be 0.0009, which is close to what it was originally. But yeah, I'm now going to bring, or rather, I'm now going to do, instead of map hex 75, I'm going to do to map hex 74, because that's the distance for a sharp corner. And we're just going to see what that distance actually is here. 0003 is what we're talking about. And I just want to check. How close was I? Okay, I was actually bang on for this one. That was correct. That's what I thought. 824. Yeah, that is correct. But I'm going to go ahead and round that up and hard code in what the actual number should be here. 0003. Okay. And now I'm going to get rid of these hexes again. And that math error is probably why we were seeing some corners cropping up where there should be straightaways. Okay. Let's find out. That looks a bit more like it. We come in here, sharp corner to here, straight up to here. This should be probably a sharp corner unless I'm reading this wrong. Let's take a quick look at what exactly is going on here. But let's see here. 0. I mean, obviously, these are all going to be road 0. And then we straight away here, up to here. And then I believe this needs to be a sharp corner here to here. So yeah, this should definitely be a sharp corner. I'm not sure why this came out as a standard corner. It could be that we just don't have enough pad here, and that there was a bit of a floating point error. So in that case, I'm going to go to 0.4, and then this up to 0.1. And I do want to check, actually. Let me see if I can unplay this and get back these hexes. Come on, there we go. Because I want to check what the actual distance up here would be. So it should be, and this is a squared distance, obviously, so it should be this squared, theoretically, right? And we're going from 73 to 75 here. And 0.01732 times 2. Okay. What is this distance? I just want to know how close it is to the corner distance. Okay, it's basically 0.0012. So less than or equal to 0.001. Yeah, that should be good. That should be close enough. That gives us about 0.0002 pad. So that should be good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and redelete these now that we know what those distances actually are. Enable those again, and let's go ahead and see how this actually works. Okay, so we've got a sharp corner here. This one is a regular corner, a straightaway, a sharp corner, a straightaway, a regular corner, a straightaway, a regular, a sharp, a regular. That's perfect. Let's check this one. Okay, this one should probably, the entry should be a corner, but we aren't doing entries yet. We don't have the actual way to calculate that quite yet, so that's fine. Straightaway here, sharp corner, straightaway, regular corner into a regular corner, straightaway, regular corner, straightaway, and then this one again would need to be a corner. Yeah, that seems to be working great. So we are now correctly choosing our types. That said, straightaway, sharp corner. Yeah, this looks good. All we need to do is rotate them, which is something for next episode. So yeah, next episode, we're going to go ahead and get into that, and we're going to start rotating these to be at the correct angle. See you all then.